Hey, it's Barbara Longay here with Easy Peasy Crypto. I've been quiet for the last few months as we've been gearing up for this massive change that has happened. Everybody kept telling me, get out of crypto. You don't know what you're doing. There's nothing going on. It's a scam. You've heard it. You'll continue to hear it. And that you'll continue to hear skeptics. And yet, the price of Bitcoin has more than doubled in the past 6 weeks. Okay, we're looking at around 3,500 US dollars per Bitcoin just a few months ago, and wondering if that was the bottom or could it go lower. Then we had a ceiling of about 4,000. It stayed there for nearly a month, and then we hit very quickly the magic cap of $6,000, and that was the cap that was the real signal to say there's enough that's been happening behind the scenes that you may or may not be aware of that has made everyone say, okay, Bitcoin is basically the gold standard of how the new Uber internet is going to work. So take that in, yes, and take in the fact that it is growing much higher and much faster than all of the other cryptocurrencies and all of the other altcoins, as we call them. So that also is what's coming out from all of the work that's been done behind the scenes. And when I say the work that's been done behind the scenes, all of the big giant banks have all been working to figure out how to use this technology, how to use the fact that blockchain allows for a transfer of asset instead of just information. And that's really has been the magic behind what Bitcoin invented over 10 years ago now. And what we see today is that JP Morgan, who was against Bitcoin and just slammed Bitcoin for years, finally said, oh yeah, maybe we want to do our own blockchain behind the scenes. So it is all happening, and all of that pressure that has been pent up from the big banks saying, how do we take advantage of what blockchain does, what this whole technology does, and how do we monetize it? That is all coming to fruition. So the blockchain data that the big banks are using is happening, as well as the fact that a lot of the money has been sitting on the sidelines, because let's face it, it's still really annoying and a bit complex for many people to figure out how to buy their first Bitcoin. So the fact that many of the U.S. Stock trading funds are going to allow people to buy Bitcoin and probably 3 to 4 or 5 other cryptocurrencies is enormous, because that's a lot of money that's been sitting on the sidelines, hasn't even entered the market yet, but that's possible push in the demand of Bitcoin is what's pushing the price up. And the reality is something is only worth what somebody else is willing to pay for it. Whether you're talking art, an object, money, the US dollar, the euro, it's only worth what someone else is willing to pay for it. And the basic fundamentals of supply and demand. And now we're seeing what's a huge pent up demand for Bitcoin. Could it fall again? Yes, of course. Will it fall again? Yes, it will. Will it go back up again? Yes. Are we off to the races? I believe yes. And many of the people, the big names with the big whales holding lots of money in Bitcoin, have been waiting for this moment to go back to the races and watch this thing take off. So I think that's where we're at. You've got big exchanges, E-Trade, Fidelity, that many Americans are holding their stock portfolios in, will soon be able to buy Bitcoin. It's enormous what's happening. And the fundamental fact is that you can get in now, even with Bitcoin today at 78.35, which is 7,835 US dollars, there is still a massive opportunity to get in. There's a massive opportunity still to buy in behind the scenes in something called masternodes, where they are actually getting paid. You're investing in the software and hardware that helps verify these transactions around the globe. And that also has huge payouts at the moment, and it's paying out in Bitcoin. So you've got a double faceted aspect for your money to grow. Both it can grow with the payout monthly, and we're getting monthly returns that are greater than most people are getting in the real estate market here in Australia and in many parts of the world on a month, with also the opportunity, since it's being paid out in Bitcoin, to watch your value grow with Bitcoin. So a lot of opportunity coming up, a lot of potential going forward. If you'd like more information, please private message me. I'll put a link to the website where you can learn how to get started and get signed up and do a little intro course with me and figure out how you can profit from the next biggest thing in our lifetime. Believe me, it's happening, and it's happening right now.